there, everyone. So let's just put this on mute. And let me just open up the chat. All right, so this was a request by Troxmix. He says he wanted to see this. This was after I reacted to Violet's Tale by Ren, a British artist. I just heard Violet's Tale like literally 10-15 minutes ago on a separate stream, and it was deep. I did not expect that, so shout out to Misanthropy for sharing that with us. That was a deep song. He can really paint a picture. And whilst we were watching that one, Troxmix, aka the Croatian sensation, says he wants Hi Ren. Hi Ren. What that means, Hi Ren. And I says, of course. When the people ask for it, you deliver. The king shall deliver. Nah, I'm only kidding. But I set this stream up really quick, right? I says it was going to be 10 minutes. It ended up only being 22 minutes. So not bad. Misanthropy says, I hope the stream does not crash again due to the content. Yeah, so in the last stream, YouTube blocked me for like 5 minutes and sent me a warning saying that it's violent. To be fair, the people in the chat were a little bit violent, aka John, but I think he's disappeared now. So yeah, we'll see what happens. E.G. aka Troxmix says, hi, I'm Troxmix. Welcome, Troxmix. Thank you for suggesting this video. Let's jump right into it. Right. So here we are. Okay, we can hear it. All right, so immediately I want to know the details here. He's in the same robe as he was when he was singing the Violet's Tale song. And I think he's in the same prison / hospital. God knows what's going on here. I see a recurring theme. I don't think they're going to let him out of that hospital anytime soon. He's very artistic, so I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say that if, let's say, his whole album is him being confined and him going out on the street and nobody's there and him singing about tales that are dark, then maybe this is the prison to his own mind. So maybe this is like him trying to transmit what mental health or bad mental health can feel like. So I don't know, maybe I'm reading into it too much, but we'll see. A lot of people have cried to this song because it's really deep stuff. Oh, right. Let's get into it. So it says LID. Right, don't know what that means. .s. Don't know if that has a meaning. Let's move forward. Oh, look! The mental health, well, sorry, the health worker who's pushing his wheelchair. Ah, he has on a misanthropy mask. That's so cool. You must feel good, misanthropy. Look at that. Actually looks like a Dead by Daylight character. Right. Let's see. Back. Oh, there's the sign, Hi Ren. That could be like, you know, that swiney feeling you get. And I'm not talking bad about That was uncalled for. No, it's always called for. If I can get a diss, if I'm going down, I'm taking misanthropy with me. No, I'm only kidding, of course. The you know that swiney feeling, and I don't want to talk bad about pigs. I love pigs. Shout out to Piggerid, who plays DBD with us sometimes. He's a big pig fan. You know that swinish feeling you get when your mental health is, bad mental health is being pushed forward? Maybe that's kind of that feeling, you know, it kind of leads you to dark places. So let's see. Alright, this guitar's hooked up. The last one wasn't. It's hooked up, you see it? Maybe the last one was. Alright, so I need to stop it, obviously. I don't want to get another YouTube issue during the stream. And I'm also going to play it in reverse, so I'm, well, show it mirrored. Little things like that help. I love the guitar in this song, it's so smart. Yeah, I'm like, he mixes it up, right? He knows how to mix it up. He's good with it. I'll admit that. Even a noob like me can appreciate it. Oh, he's married? Oh, no, that's going to be his right hand, sorry. I mirrored it. He's good with the guitar, man. He's good with the guitar. He's heavy with it. Simplistic, but he really gets right in there, man. This dude knows his business.
Hi there, Ren. It's been a little while. Did you miss me? You thought you buried me, didn't you? Risky. Cause I always come back. Deep down you know that. Deep down you know I'm always in periphery. Ren, are you pleased to see me? It's been weeks since we spoke, bro. I know you need me. You're the sheep, I'm the shepherd. Not your place to lead me. Not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me.
You know what this could be? Addiction. It could be his addiction. That's kind of saying, hey, you know, what's going on? Long time no see. It could be something like that. I don't know.
Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself since my therapist told me I'm ill. And I've been making some progress lately, and I've learned some new coping skills. So I haven't really needed you much, man. I think we need to just step back and chill.
Oh, right, so he's having a conversation with himself. I think I'm spot on with this. I think I've got this. A bottle of water. All right, let's continue.
Ren, you sound more insane than I do. You think that those doctors are really there to guide you? Been through this a million times. Your civilian mind is so perfect to always being lied to. Okay, take another pill, boy. Drown yourself in the sound of white noise. Follow this 10-step program, rejoice. All your problems will be gone. Fucking dumb boy.
Oh. Could it be a split personality? But he's really playing that out well, like how he jumps between characters. He doesn't skip a beat. You know what this reminds me of? I know it's a little bit off topic, but there's a movie by, I don't know what this guy's name is. M. Night Shyamalan. I don't know. He made the movie with Bruce Willis called Unbreakable. And a couple of years later, he made a second movie called Split with James McAvoy. Shout out to my cousin James McAvoy. He's not my cousin. Well, maybe he is. He's from the same city as me. And James McAvoy, like everyone who witnessed James McAvoy, so James McAvoy has 21 different personalities. And there's a scene in that movie, Samuel Jackson and the director and Bruce Willis were all behind the scenes watching James McAvoy perform as he performed like this scenario where these lights flash, and each time a light flashes, his personality changes. So he switches between 20 different characters. It was freaking awesome. And everyone who witnessed it was like, whoa, we're watching the greatest actor in the world right now. Very underrated actor. He plays Charles Xavier in the younger version of Charles Xavier.
Mate, this time is different, man, trust me. I feel like things might be falling in place, and my music's been kinda doing bits too. Like I actually might do something great, and when I'm gone, maybe I'll be remembered for doing something special with myself. That's why I don't think that we should talk, man, cause when you're with me, it never seems to help. You think that you can amputate me, I am you, you are me, you are I am we are one, split in two, that makes one. So you see, you gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not leftover dinner, I'm not scraps on the side. Oh, young.
Whoa. Oh man, that acapella hit hard there. Dude. You think you can amputate me? I am one, you are you are me. I can't recite the lyrics, it was too fast, but I could take every little nuance of that and that felt strong, man. That hit hard. Masaki says his barber did him dirty. That's okay, John. Your plastic surgeon did you dirty. I've seen your face, pal. God's not always gracious to all of us. Misanthropy says he was nominated for performing 23 different personalities. Oh, what did he get the nomination for? Was it an Oscar? Because we all know they don't mean anything. Unless Will Smith is in attendance. Alright, let's continue.
Music is thriving, delusional guy. Where's your top 10 hit? Where's your interview with Oprah? Wow, your Grammys, Ren? Nowhere. Yeah, but my music's not commercial like that. I never chase numbers, statistics or stats. I never write hooks for the radio, they never even play me, so why would I concern myself with that? But my music is really connecting, and the people who find it respect it. And for me that's enough, cause this life's been tough, so it gives me a purpose I can rest in.
Oh, that hits hard, and I'll tell you why in a second. I've met like over the years, I've met some people who were in therapy, and they would do music and art and stuff like that, and they would really find joy in whatever they were connecting with. Oh, sorry, hold on. I was cutting onions. I'm not crying. You motherfuckers are crying, you bastards. So, I remember dealing with one guy when I used to be a social worker, right? And I remember dealing with one guy. He really found like the most passive type of peace possible when he used to like draw these little pictures and paintings and stuff. And someone else who was in the art studio, he just stopped by and he was like, dude, what are you doing? Nobody cares about your stupid pictures and stuff like that. And then the guy was like, oh, I think people really connect to it. Now, this guy used to be suicidal, but he found his peace with the art. And he was saying, you know, I'm not doing it because I want to become Picasso. I'm doing it because I just want to like connect with people and inspire them. And people that have seen my art, they think it's really nice. To be honest, his art wasn't bad. It was nice, but that moment of serenity or joy that he found with it, oh, that touched deep, man. That just reminded me of that. And I remember his face and how he was standing up to this guy who was trying to bully him. And I was kind of listening. Because usually I would only get involved if people were hurling abuse at each other and stuff like that. But this guy was standing up in the most peaceful and pleasant manner possible. And up to this day, I could never tell if that was... I always felt like I wanted him to be more aggressive. But at the same time, if you've kind of found peace with something you're doing, then God bless you, right? You don't always have to be aggressive. You don't always have to fight. Sometimes you just find joy and you think it makes other people happy, and that's all you need. Yeah, that hit me hard there. I didn't expect that. Masika said, gasp, Kareem swore. No, I didn't. Swearing's for bastards. Misanthropy says, mental health ain't no joke when you actually meet people struggling with that BS. Yeah. Is possible for John to have it, which why John is like this? Says John. That's not me saying it. John says it. Well, everyone has struggled with mental health at one time. There's layers to it. It's not like, in my opinion, it's not like there's no lineal guidebook that tells you, okay, you have A, you have B, you have C, and you can deal with it this way, and that works for everyone. Like, sometimes when people get overwhelmed, they dive into drugs, that affects their mental health. Sometimes people just are pressurized from school or family, or I was going to say, no, I'm not going to say it. No, we'll skip that one. But everyone has dealt with mental health at one time or another in their life. As have you guys. It's really hard to get under control, and it's even harder to keep under control because it can come back to bite you at any time, and nobody will care. Like, nobody can care as much as you can care yourself. That's why I always tell people, that's just my opinion. I know other people have like parents they can reach out to, or spouses and stuff like that, and God bless them. But at the end of the day, they'll never feel what you're feeling. I think that's what I wanted to say. Hopefully I communicated that. Kareem, what age do you think is the average age for a person to have mental health problems? I think it can start as early teens. I met a child who had mental health issues once. It was very, very sad. It was terrifying because a child can't conceal it as a grown-up can, and that child was like, that child was living its heart on a sleeve, man. That was terrifying. That's one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen. Yeah, that was very sad. And I've seen an 80-year-old man on his deathbed having mental health issues, so yeah. Depends if we're talking about issues or disorders. Yeah, you can differentiate it with that. Then you can differentiate it with, some people say it's influenced by society, it's influenced by your upbringing, environment. I feel it can come from everywhere, right? They must really have problems with their skill issue. I'm so sorry. I'll stop. It's okay, John. We know you're suffering from stupidity, which is sometimes worse than mental health. All right, let's continue.
Man, you sound so pretentious. Ren, your music is so self-centered. No one wants to hear another song about how much you hate yourself. Trust me. You should be so lucky having me inside you to guide you, remind you to manage expectations, provide you perspective. That thing you neglected, I get it. You wanna be a big deal, next Jimi Hendrix, forget it. Man, it's not like that. Man, it's just like that. I'm inside you, you twat. No, it's not, man, you're wrong. When I write, I belong.
Well, now I'm feeling that is another... He's got two personalities he's showing right here. But I think the layer of this personality is self-doubt. He mentioned Jimi Hendrix. So Jimi Hendrix is upper level, genius, guitarist, musician, amazing. And like when I make movies and I think to myself, what am I doing? Do I think, like, sometimes when you have that bit of doubt, you think to yourself, who do I think I am? Stanley Kubrick? Stanley Kubrick is way up here and I'm way down here. I'm a nobody, blah, blah, blah. So when you start attacking yourself for no reason, just go ahead and do the thing, right? But yeah, that seems to be self-doubt. Troxmix says it can happen at any age. Even small children can suffer from mental illness, but it's probably the most common to start in puberty, as it is a hard time for people. Yeah. When I was in Korea this year, I was talking to Misanthropy Knows, right? I was talking to that woman who's she's a famous streamer in Seoul, and she was saying how it affected her mental health and how mental health was a huge issue in Korean schools, and when you're getting bullied and stuff like that, it's a huge issue, and they have a high suicide rate. By the way, Troxmix, just before we continue, this was your idea to stream this, so if there is a mental health institute or something similar that accept donations or have links, you send them to me on Discord and I'll place them in this video. If a couple of other people see it, then maybe they might consider donating. So, right, let's continue. Guys, let me know. We can vote to shut John up. I know he has some issues, so that's why I'm allowing him a little bit of freedom. But if it gets too annoying, guys, then I will kindly ask him to bring it down a notch. But he's getting attention, God bless him.
Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song. Ren sits down, has a stroke of genius. He wants to write a song that was not done previous. A battle with the subconscious, Eminem did it. Played on guitar, Plan B did it. Man, you're not original, you crit.
Ooh. Right. So he said break the fourth wall. So for those of you that might not know what that means, I'm sure everyone does, but just in case, he's talking about Deadpool when he speaks to the audience. So he's directly talking to us, he's putting himself out there, and then he thinks he's original, but other artists have already did it before him. Eminem wasn't the first rapper to do it. Probably one of the most famous to do it. But Plan B, whatever happened to Plan B? Kind of disappeared. I heard Plan B was investing in movies and stuff like that. John Massacre says it's all about the mindset. Most people don't have the proper mindset to enlighten them. Therefore, they don't have the skills to stop being like what they currently are, which makes them have skill issues. I mean, that's your opinion. It's respected. It's acknowledged. But it can be an oversimplification. I do agree with you to a certain extent. To keep bad mental health at bay and to keep good mental health intact, there are routines that I personally take that help me and that I love doing and that bring me joy and that help me get the best out of every day. And some people don't get to put themselves in that position because they're so preoccupied with their mental health and dealing with their demons that it's just a daily struggle. So it's like kind of being buried alive and you have to dig yourself up, right? And the better you get at digging yourself up, maybe that's the skill thing you're talking about. But I do feel that's a bit of an oversimplification because there's so many different ways. I've seen so many people suffer in so many different ways with mental health. But I think what you're saying, I can kind of relate to at least. There are different kinds of mindset. All kind of issues can be fought with the right kind of mindset. I don't know. That's a tough one. It depends on what the issue is, right? But yeah, but you have to develop that mindset. And that's the main struggle. And I think that's what they should be teaching in schools, man. I was talking about this to a friend of mine's. And I says, this is what they should be teaching in schools. You know, they're teaching kids about who to vote for in the States. Scratch that. Teach them how to love themselves, how to deal with stuff. Let them know who they can contact if they're having issues, who they can speak to, where the safe places are. Stop relying 100% on religious institutes or governments to give you support, but give them the tools to develop confidence and stuff like that. But that's easier said than done, right? That's easier said than done. And I took the States as an example, but trust me, it's not the only country that has these issues. Misanthropy says BS. Masika says, unless it's a brain problem or something like that, then just go see a therapy. It took me 3 years of hard work, and here I am being dumb on the internet. Well, I don't think it was hard work. I think it came naturally to you, my friend. So yeah, a therapist is not for everyone. That's another thing that I've learned. I do think people can reach out to therapists. It's a good idea now and again. I remember my ex-girlfriend reached out to a therapist, and what happened is, for a short period of time, she had toxic positivity. Like, everything the therapist said was gold, and it was the holy grail, and it was the blueprint to a happy life. But yet, she sometimes hung on to every word, and we would have discussions back and forth about it. But she could get a lot of childhood traumas dealt with a therapist. So it's kind of a yin and yang, and it's a balance, and it's a development. It's a bit of an ignorant opinion to say just do therapy. It's one thing. I would say it's one thing, but it should be one of many options on the table that people should be able to freely choose from. What John might be thinking is he's dismissing any other type of... oh, John, I'm going to have to delete that comment. Right, hold on, guys. Sorry, I'm going to have to delete that comment. John, we're going to need to keep it a little bit cleaner. I'm all right for discussing these things, but you have to delete that. Right? When we have our anti-woke stream, be my guest, bro. But I'll just delete that for just now. All right, so you have my vote for the last comment. I'm sorry, Kareem. That's okay. Don't worry about it, pal. All right, let's continue.
No rip off eyes, the pinnacle of your success is stealing other people's material. Ren, mate, we've heard it all before. She sells seashells on the seashore. Fuck you, I don't need you, I don't need to hear this. Cause I'm fine by myself, I'm a genius. And I will be great, and I will make waves, and I'll shake up the whole world beneath us. That's...
Alright, so this is what I've seen a couple of times. When... do you remember Donichi? Misanthropy knows who I'm talking about, right? He's got a fake name, Donichi, we call him. Donichi went through the same thing where he was like very stressed out and he was going through some mental health issues. And I was one of the social workers, and they gave me 10 sessions with him, like sports sessions, because he wanted to use, like, you got coupons from the youth centre, and it was like self-development for athletes or for filmmaking. That's what the two things that I was offering there, the two courses. And so he came to the physical fitness physical fitness sessions. And I remember him saying, when he reaches a certain amount of stardom or fame or success, that will make him happy. And what this guy is saying right now is kind of the same thing, right? He's saying, oh, I'll be famous, I'll be this, I'll be that. That won't necessarily bring you success. That is something you have to precondition. It's like Will Smith winning an Oscar on the night when he slapped Chris Rock. It's like you have to clear up a lot of other stuff, because success is not going to make you happy. It's not going to make you a good person. It's just an added element that we sometimes think would be nice. And sure, it's nice not to be broke. It's nice when people are hailing you, but you have to check your mental health before you reach success, not the other way around. You can't reach success first. I know that's not what he said here. It's just something I was pointing out from my own experience with Donichi. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Raphael says, hey. Raphael is my third favorite turtle. I'm sorry. It was always Michelangelo, then Donatello, then Raphael. I hope that doesn't make you hate me. It's me but on a different account, remember? What was your old account? John says, if you're depressed, come see John, and John will help yourself become your better self. Stop being... John. All right, John, this needs to be your second warning, my friend. There's not going to be a third warning. So please remove that comment, and let's continue. Right. So, where's the play here?
Try speak your truth, your fucking God complex leaks out of you. It's refreshing to ask for you, say it instead of downplay it. Music is all about the creative process, and if people can find something to relate to within that, then that's just a bonus. Fuck you, I'ma fucking kill you, Ren. Well, fucking kill me then, let's fucking have you, Ren. I'ma do it, watch me prove it. Who are you to doubt my music? Cause I call the shots, I choose if you die. Yeah, I call the shots, and so I choose who survives. I'll tie you up in knots when I lock you inside.
Ooh. Dude, this guy can act. This guy can act. Laura, it's you. How's it going? Oh, sorry, I screamed into the microphone. I was happy to see Laura. Laura, how's it going, pal? How's it going, buddy? My friend, long time no see. Hopefully we'll get to play Cuphead again sometime. Laura, sorry. I took a 6 month hiatus from streaming. I had some stuff to deal with. I'm in a new flat now, so hopefully we'll be able to play Cuphead soon. I'm streaming Spyro the Dragon at the moment, only on Saturdays. That's all I can offer right now, but hopefully in the future we can do another Cuphead combo. How have you been? How's the family? Hope everyone is doing well. Masika says he's really good with changing characters immediately. Yes. And I don't care how pre-rehearsed this is. That is coming from his soul. He is feeling this. EG, aka Troxmix, says talented. Dude, I cannot agree more. TMNT, or Lore, says that's fine. I missed when you go live. Oh, I'm back, brother. I'm back. And I'm ready to disappoint you again with my live streams. So just a heads up for anyone joining the stream. This here is a little bit heavy. It's about mental health and stuff like that. And we are using a little bit more rough language. So if you guys are under the age of 18, make sure your parents are watching with you. In some regions of the world, 16. And yeah, let's continue with the song.
Newsflash.
I love how the lights go. I'm just sorry, once again, I love how the lights go off and on when the bad guy gets angry and when he's trying to compose himself. I think that's like when the bridge is up. Like when he's trying to compose himself, the bridge is like between his dark side and his light side is getting like crossed over, and he has to compose himself to detach, and when the lights are back on, he's good to go. And his bad self, he's when he's getting through, when he's saying something like with anger and he's getting through, that could be him trying to like break the wall down, right? Use guys is nothing. Use guys, it's not thinking properly. Like my 18 hours awake brain is clearly not talent, it's hard work. If you say so.
I was created at the dawn of creation. I am temptation. I am the snake in Eden. I am the reason for treason, beheading all kings. I am sin, with no rhyme or reason. Son of the morning, Lucifer, Antichrist, father of lies. Mephistopheles, truth in a blender, deceitful pretender, the banished avenger, the righteous surrender. When standing in front of my solar eclipse, my name is stitched to your lips. So you see, I won't bow to the will of a mortal. Feeble and normal, you wanna kill me? I'm eternal immortal. I live in every decision that catalyzes chaos, that causes division. I live inside death, the beginning of ends. I am you, you are me, I am you, Ren.
So I thought Light Ren was going to drop the next verse, and it seems as if Dark Ren took over. So maybe he crossed that bridge. Troxmix said, I said at the beginning, but maybe you didn't see it. The two characters play different things on guitar, and it shows their personalities. So the two characters have multiple personalities. Or you mean different layers to both their personalities? Well, it also has talent, my guy. Yeah. John says, I have to go. I have to sleep because I wake up in 3 hours and do swimming training, and then the rest of it. Then I do running training, and then I volunteer for 5 hours. Troxmix says layers. Now I don't know if he's talking about John's schedule or this guy's talent. Either way, yeah, layers. All right, let's continue.
I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself, and I've spent half my life ill. But just as sure as the tide starts turning, just as sure as the night has dawned, just as sure as the rainfall soon runs dry when you stand in an eye of a storm, I was made to be tested and twisted.
His light side is standing up. The layers of personality. Yeah. So this is when his light side takes back what he is entitled to. I can't take his words seriously because of the accent. Whom are you speaking of? Me? Yeah, nobody can take my words seriously.
I was made to be broken and beat. I was made by his hand, it's all part of his plan that I stand on my own 2 feet. And you know me, my will is eternal. And you know me, you've met me before. Face to face with a beast, I will rise from the east and I'll settle on the ocean floor.
Yeah, you go for it, pal. So this is really personal. They're using up close cameras. There's no makeup included. Well, if there is, it's very little. There's no fancy filters. This is like very basic, to be honest. The color correction, yeah, they have a color palette in there. I think it's the turquoise and the sandy color in the background. But it's raw. It's pretty raw. John is still at it. John, good night, John. You take good care.
And I go by many names also. Some people know me as Hope. Some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope. And you know how I know that I'll prosper? Cause I stand here beside you today. I have stood in the flames that cremated my brain, and I didn't once flinch or shake. So coward the man I've become, when I sing from the top of my lungs, that I won't retire, I'll stand in your fire, inspire that make to be strong.
Oh. What the hell is this song, Troxmic? Who is this artist Entropy? Who the hell have you guys like introduced me to? Wow, that is a deep song. That is a deep song. There is no doubt in my mind when he was writing this, he was flooded. This dude was absolutely flooded bare bone flooded, greeting on his knees. And he couldn't have done this in one sitting. He must have like vomited tears out. And what kept him going through it is the inspiration that this song can give to other people. I'm telling you. I don't know anything about the guy, but I'm assuming that's how it was done. He is just a guy like all of us. Mind blown, innit? I got a bottle of water.
And when I am gone, I will rise in the music that I left behind. Ferocious, persistent, immortal like you, Iroquois minted different sides.
Oh, this is him spazzing out. This is him punching the crap out of the bad side. Out of the dark side. That was him taming the demon, I would say, right? But I don't think it's over yet. The dark side always has a way of trying to get one last claw into your back. So let's see what happens.
When I was 17 years old, I shouted out into an empty room, into a blank canvas that I would defeat the forces of evil. And for the next 10 years of my life, I suffered the consequences, with autoimmunity, illness, and psychosis.
Bro, is this true? Is this a true story? Troxmix says, I imagine it as a fight more than a beatdown. Yeah. There's a fight, and sometimes you get beat down during that fight. But the thing is to keep going until you beat it down.
As I got older, I realised there were no real winners and there were no real losers in psychological warfare. But there were victims, and there were students. It wasn't David versus Goliath. It was a pendulum, eternally swaying from the dark to the light. And the more intensely that the light shone, the darker the shadow it cast.
All right, he makes an interesting point here. I've heard a lot of people when they come out with mental illness, one of the first things they tend to say is, it's like the Tyson Fury quote, Hotel California, where they say you can check out of your room, but you can never leave the hotel. Silva, what's up, my man? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Thank you for joining us. We're doing a quick reaction video here. Well, a long reaction video. Don't know if you know this artist, epic song. So basically the point I was going to make is a lot of people have told me that when you have mental health issues, they're consistently there. They're consistently at the back of your neck, and they're trying to claw their way into your subconscious or conscious mind. And that's what people have told me in the past. But it's the one thing I've always disagreed upon. I don't like, because if you're, maybe it's just I refuse to think like that, and maybe I'm completely in the wrong, but there is no way that I'm going to set my mind in an environment that is a breeding ground for negativity and negative thoughts. So anytime I feel anything creeping up, and the creeping up is inevitable, but anytime I feel something creeping up, that's when I immediately try and deal with it. Now, maybe I'm being a little bit too authoritarian with my psyche. I don't know. And maybe what I'm saying right now is completely wrong for 99% of the world's population. But this is something that I've never believed. I think, yes, the darker the place you've been to, the more you can turn that around to your benefit, and you can get a light shone on you that is lighter than anything you could ever imagine. But I don't necessarily think that once you're out, there's always a danger to go back, because you condition yourself over time to distance yourself further and further away from that. That's my opinion. You guys let me know what you think. If you see it differently, I'm entitled to my opinion, but I'm always willing to listen to someone else's input to learn another perspective, because I only have the one mind. So it's interesting to see how other people deal with it or think about it. But yeah, let's continue. Let's see what he's got for us.
It was never really a battle for me to win. It was an eternal dance. And like a dance, the more rigid I became, the harder it got. The more I cursed my clumsy footsteps, the more I struggled. So I got older, and I learned to relax. And I learned to soften, and that dance got easier. It is this eternal dance that separates human beings from angels, from demons, from gods. And I must not forget, we must not forget, that we are human beings.
Impactful words, food for thought. Let's hear what the chat has to say. So Troxmix says, I think of it as my shadow. If there is no light, it's always there hidden. If you are in some light, it's there and you can see it. But if you are fully in light that shines brighter than anything, there is no shadow. Yeah, that's so it's kind of like a spectrum, right? It's kind of like a -10 plus 10. 10 being the highest amount of light, -10 being the full shadow taking over. Once again, oversimplification from my part. Misanthropy says, I think the darker the places you've been through, the higher the chance is that you get yourself prepared for the next wave, knowing how to work against falling back into 100%. Yeah. That's why simulation and gradual exposure to such situations can help you condition a more stable mindset, in my opinion. So, for example, that's why I always advise people to volunteer for first aid courses or the fire brigade, voluntary firemen and women. That's why I tell people, go learn wrestling or jiu-jitsu, whom I know that are scared, and they're like, why would I go and learn that if I'm scared of a fight? And then I say, yeah, because then you will learn how to deal with one. So it's little things like that, in my opinion, that and also another thing that's not taught, debating, learning how to debate, learning how to express your opinion, learning how to listen to someone else's opinion and have a back and forth. I think that's also a very important thing. And we shouldn't be ashamed to debate topics that are sometimes considered taboo. Now, everything is considered taboo, right? But these little things, these help you prepare, or at least help you not fall into a dark place. When you've conditioned yourself with these things on a regular basis and you have gradual exposure, it kind of shapes your character. And I think that's a pretty awesome thing when you can look back a couple of years later and say, wow, look how far I've came in my self-development, not for anyone else. Sure, with knowing some of these things, like if you know first aid, or if you've done volunteer work and stuff like that, yeah, you're contributing to society. That's cool. But yeah, it's a pretty awesome thing. Troxmix says also, if you're facing the light, the shadow is behind you. You can't see it until you turn away from it. Do you suggest that if you're not facing the shadow, it's easier for it to creep up on you? Because with the light, you're kind of basking in it, right? Or do you think those issues, like darker issues, should be addressed on the regular in order to deal with them better? What's your opinion there? Misanthropy says, I see it literally as standing on the beach. Here we go. While waves come at you. The first time you ain't prepared, the same wave will crash into you and pull your feet. But then when the second wave comes, you already know how to stand more stable. Yeah. And you just might wobble. Third wave comes, you will hit you, but not pull you in. And by the 10th wave, you're already surfing, my dude, with a handstand on a surfboard. Troxmix says, the one is going to be weird, but hear me out. I don't hate my shadow. It's not my enemy. It's also a part of me. Imagine lying on your stomach in the sun. Imagine it as you're hugging the shadow. Yeah. As much as I like defeating my demons, if I didn't have my demons, I wouldn't have that satisfactory feeling. So anytime I try something that I'm like scared of or not too sure about, or I take a risk, anytime I try that, it's a pretty awesome feeling when you come out on top. Let's see what the rest of the video offers us, but I think we're almost finished. Alright, I think that was it. Very talented artist. I'm very impressed the way he articulated that. The one thing I saw on his channel is he only had like 1 million subscribers. And I know that doesn't mean anything. You shouldn't rate someone's talent by the amount of subscribers he has. But I think this song could help a lot of people. So hopefully that song will reach more people. And he'll grow as an artist. And what often happens to artists when they become too famous too quick is they go down a spiral. And with him, maybe becoming too famous too fast is too much of a risk. Maybe it has to be developed over time. Might help keep his topics organic. Because how many times have we listened to rich people problems from artists? You know, when they tell us of how hard it is. Like, oh, my Mercedes Benz is broke. Oh no, what am I going to do? And then they're like, oh, yesterday my maid was late. And you're like, dude, you've got a maid? What the hell? Like, those are things that maybe not a lot of people can relate to, but they like the style of the artist. So, yeah, I don't know. Thank you so much for reviewing the song. Oh, well, absolutely. Thank you so much for introducing me to the artist. This is A really interesting topic to discuss, but unfortunately I gotta go. You take care, Misanthropy. I know it's late, and you have a great snooze with your little cat. Tropic says the shadow is the part of you and you can't escape from it, so why hate it? I imagine it as a small child that's lonely and it's asking for help. I just can't ignore it, but I can't let it be, so I need to change its nature. If that small child is John, do we need to save it? Can we not just, leave it in the ocean for the waves to come and get? I don't know, I'm just suggesting. Anyway, guys, that was a hard topic. We went through a tough one today, and I appreciate everyone for speaking openly about it. It's really nice to hear these different opinions. If it makes anyone uncomfortable, let me know. You send me a message and I will delete the video. So your comfort always comes first, guys, as you know. Even though I troll yous because I hate yous all. Troxmix, thank you so much for suggesting this. Misanthropy, thank you so much for introducing me to the artist. Masaki, thank you so much for just being you, unapologetic, and getting on everyone's nerves. Lore, thank you, buddy, for dropping by. Silver, always a pleasure to see you. A good friend of the channel's. And for everyone else who stopped by and was watching in silence, hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, if you have any more requests, EG just says, can I make a metal song? Can I request a metal song in the future? Request anything you guys want. Oh, perfect timing. It just went out. The camera just went out. I would say that's the perfect time to wrap it up. Send me anything you have over Discord. And yeah, I'll do a reaction video to it. Sundays is going to be my reaction video day. So yeah, Saturday's streaming, and that'll be it for just now. Also, I don't have a place for mental health that I could link, so you can choose whatever one you want. All right, I'll give Misanthropy first dibs. It's good if it's an international one. And if not, if it's like British localized or wherever you guys are located in the world, then so be it. The main thing is just to do something. And maybe I'll check out Ren, maybe as a website or something. And maybe there's already a mental health institute or research facility that he himself is supporting. And maybe we can copy and paste that into the description. If you guys see it first, let me know. Otherwise, I'll check it out around Wednesday or Thursday. So guys, once again, as I always say, take care of yourselves. Take care of your loved ones, your pets, plants, parents, partners, physical health, psychological health. And be happy, guys. Find a way to be happy. And yeah, reach out if you guys ever need anything, if you need to talk or whatnot. Sometimes having a little conversation can go a long way. My dudes and dudettes, I wish you all the best. Nothing but blessed times ahead. And I hope you have a great start to the week. Stay well and stay loved, guys. See you all soon.